Hi my beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually going to be a foundation first impressions. I'm super excited about making this video for you guys because I've been holding out on using this foundation. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I don't know, yeah, you can see it right there without the glare. This beauty right here is supposed to be a 24-hour wear and it's supposed to be a matte finish. So many people have said they really like this foundation. I've been holding on to it because I wanted to make a video for you guys. So the claims that it says on the back, it says it's supposed to be a demi matte finish. It's supposed to wear up to 24 hours. The coverage is supposed to be medium, and then the texture is supposed to be air light, and it's supposed to have oil control. So that's what it says on the back. Let me tell you the time so you guys can know real quick. So I don't know if you can see. Let me focus, you guys. So it's 12:38. Can you see that? 12:38, and it is officially Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody out there if you don't celebrate Christmas, and I hope you have a great day today because I know I will be, even though I have to go to work. So I do have to go to work in a little bit, so we're gonna get on with this video. So of course I got my eyes done and my eyebrows done because your girl don't have time to be filming that right now. And right off the bat, I really like the packaging. I like the fact that it does come in this like squeezy tube, so you don't necessarily have to, you know, put it on the back of your hand. You can just kind of drop it everywhere you want on your face and blend it in. I am going to be using a sponge on one side. This is the Morphe sponge. I really love it. I actually prefer this over the Beauty Blender, and it's only $7. So go get you one. And then I'm just going to use a regular foundation brush on the other side. So right off the bat, looking at this foundation, it looks like it's going to be super orange and like not my color at all. And the thing about it is, this is the darkest shade. It's 112 Cocoa. So I mean, if you're darker than me, this is definitely not gonna work. And as far as, I'm just putting some on the back of my hand, like this, do y'all see how like yellowy orange that is compared to my skin tone? Hopefully I'm able to work with this because I don't have time to be doing a new face, so we shall see. But that's what that foundation looks like, and I'm gonna leave it on my back of my hand so you guys can see if it oxidizes or gets darker as it dries. I did prime with my MAC oil control, which I absolutely love. I always prime my face, so I was not going to do it for this video. Let's just go ahead and jump into putting the foundation on. So I'm going to use the sponge first on this side of my face, and I'm going to start off with that much foundation. And as you can see, I do have hyperpigmentation, so we'll be able to see if this is actually a medium coverage or if I can build up the full coverage. I don't know if I'm going to put too much on because I am going to work. But as I'm blending it in with the sponge, I feel like it's okay with the sponge, but it's not, you can still see my hyperpigmentation through the foundation. So I'm just going to put some more right here and blend it in. It does look quite orange, like I said when I swatched it on the back of my hand. This color undertone is definitely off, but I usually can get foundations to work with my powders and contours, so we will see. I'm going to blend it down my neck some because I don't want to be looking like I had on a mask. Just by like applying it right now, it does feel really light on the skin, and it doesn't feel like I have anything on my face. And I usually have it, like the foundation usually settles into my laugh line, and it's not doing that. We shall see by the end of the day though, because I'm going to come back after work and show you guys. So, put some down here, right here, and on this side of my forehead. really quick. What are you guys doing for Christmas? Or if you're, what are your plans for Christmas? Let me know down in the comments, because I just plan to be at home. We just plan to be at home, chilling out in our pajamas, open gifts. All my nieces and nephews are coming over. So, should be a good day. We already cooked. So, all we gotta do is open gifts. Let me know what you guys are doing on Christmas. Or what you guys did on Christmas if you're watching this after. Alright, so that is what this side looks like from the sponge. And it looks okay. I mean, it does definitely look like a medium coverage foundation. I could use some concealer right here. This right here, I do have like a hyperpigmentation right here as well. And it's not doing a great job of covering that up, nor like my breakout spots either. So maybe I'll go over it one more time, but I'm going to do this side with the brush. As you can see, I do have pigmentation on this side too, so it'll be fair. Ooh, I put on way too much, but y'all can definitely see the color difference, right? That's, I don't know. Hopefully I don't look crazy. We shall see. Alright, so this is the side that I blended out with the brush. I quite prefer the side with the brush to the side with the sponge. I feel like it's just a little bit patchy on this side versus this side. I feel like I got a lot more coverage with the brush. I'm going to go over it with a little bit more foundation and then use the brush to kind of fix the patchiness so it can be even, because your girl still, like I said, got to go to work and ain't nobody trying to look crazy. Okay, so my thoughts right now, I was looking at my hand because it is dry right now on my hand, and as you can see, the color did tone down a little bit, but I mean, it still looks yellow orange. And even on my face, you guys can definitely see I look really, really orange on this camera. Like, I'm looking in the viewfinder and I look freaking orange compared to my chest. It's not like, oh my god, super bad, but you can definitely tell, like, this is not my definite shade. I'm going to put on my powder and the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back to show you guys and let you guys know my final thoughts for right now. Alright, so I applied a concealer just under my eyes, my cupid's bow, and my chin, and the concealer I used was the Sephora Bright Future gel serum concealer, and I just used that under my eyes to highlight. I didn't use any other concealers to conceal any of my, you know, pigmented scars on my cheeks. Didn't do that. And then I just powdered my face with my Midnight powder. So I used the Topaz on the highlighted parts, and then on the rest of my face I used Chestnut. And then I went in with my bronzer, and that's just the CoverGirl Queen Natural Hue bronzer, and that was it. That's all I put on my face. I think it blends in with my skin pretty well. I did blend it down my neck some, so I don't think it's like a huge contrast, but I still think I look a bit orange. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't think this is a color match, but I got it to work somewhat. It's not a huge jump from a lot of foundations that I do wear, but it is orange. Like I said, this is the darkest shade that they offer. It's 112 Cocoa. So if you're darker than me, by the way, I'm NW47 in Max foundations, so that's like a reference point, if you will. My initial thoughts about this foundation, first of all, I have to say, when they say it is a lightweight foundation, it is definitely a lightweight foundation. I don't feel like I have anything on my face. My face does not feel oily or like I have a cream product on it whatsoever. It feels just like I have a powder. Not even that, like I could touch my face and nothing comes off. Like my hands are clean. Usually when I use the foundation, it transfers a slight bit, but this has completely dried down matte. Even before I put on my powder, it was matte and it was like not transferring. Super comfortable. My face doesn't feel tight or like I can't put my hands on my face without, you know, get makeup everywhere. So I super like that aspect of this foundation. What else does it say? A medium coverage. It is definitely light to medium. I would say light to medium. Most of my foundations with one or two layers, I can usually cover up my hyperpigmentation without even having to put on concealer. This one, it was very um, leaning towards more the light side than medium, but you could build it up a little bit. I wouldn't say you could build it up to a full coverage, because if you do, you'll probably look like you have a complete mask on, especially with the undertones that this has. Wear time, it says 24 hours. We're gonna see about that, because I do have to go to work, and usually I go to work for like 8 to 10 hours. So we're gonna see how long this foundation lasts. Usually I can get 6 hours without my foundation, you know, breaking apart, and my skin becomes a little bit dewy, but it's not oily or shiny whatsoever. So I'm gonna see how this foundation performs. If it creases in my laugh lines, because that's the first place my foundation starts to break down, my laugh lines, and then the frown lines on my forehead. Those are the places that the foundation usually settles into and starts to crease. And then around my nose, it usually starts to fade. So we're gonna see when I'm at work. I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna come back after work and show you guys what the foundation looks like, so you guys can see for yourself. But it says 24-hour wear, so we're gonna test that. And then the finish, demi matte. I would have to say this is a matte. I don't think it's anything demi about it. I think it's definitely a matte. So if you have oily skin, that's to show you guys what the foundation on the back of my hand looks like before I leave, because it totally oxidized. It is now very close to my own skin tone. So I just want to show you guys that, because I looked down on my hand and I was like, wow, it totally changed. It does not look orange as it initially did. And I'll do a side by side so you guys can see. So yeah, I just want to show you guys that, and now I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so I am back from work and it is now 2:05 in the afternoon. So that is a full 14 hours since I put this foundation on. And I did not intentionally want to wait 14 hours, but I'm glad that I did, because this foundation claims to be a 24-hour wear foundation. So with that being said, I would have to say that I only got maybe 5 to 6 hours of wear out of this foundation before it totally went south. At first I started to get oily on my nose and on my forehead, basically my T-zone. And then probably 6-hour mark, it has spread all over my face and I just look like a greasy disco ball. So it has started to break down in my laugh lines, and the makeup has started to move in that area. It has not broken down or faded around my nose, which it usually does, and it hasn't creased on my forehead, which it usually does. So that is a plus for this foundation. However, with that being said, I have to point out the fact that I look like a Oompa Loompa. This foundation, I thought when I showed you the oxidation when I first put it on, it was going to go darker throughout the day. This has gotten even oranger, even oranger. Is oranger a word? I don't know if you can see with the lighting, but my chest, my undertones are yellow. So anytime a foundation has orange undertones in it, sometimes I can get it to work, but when it's this orange, there's no way. Like, you could definitely tell that this foundation does not match me whatsoever. And with this being the darkest shade, 112 Cocoa, the color selection and color match is just definitely a no for me. 24-hour wear, I don't think you would get, you know, 10 hours of wear with this foundation without blotting and using a powder. It says it's supposed to be a air light foundation, so at first, the first 4 or 5 hours, it did feel really light on my skin. It felt like I didn't have any makeup on. It was matte, beautiful. After those 4 or 5 hours, I just want to take this foundation off. It feels like my skin is really clogged and really heavy. Coverage is medium. I would still say this is a medium coverage foundation. I would say you can build it up a teeny smidgen, but I wouldn't go too far because of the fact that this is a matte foundation, and it does go matte when you first put it on. I would not continue to build this up over 2 layers, because you're just going to look like you have a mask on. If you need to cover up any blemishes or dark pigmentation, I would highly recommend using a concealer and then just going ahead and putting on a regular amount of this foundation. Yeah, that was pretty much all it claimed to do. So those are my final thoughts. Would I recommend this to a friend or any of my family? Probably not, for the simple fact that this color selection that they have, and this being the fact that this is the darkest shade that they offer, this would not, it doesn't work for me. And I'm kind of in the mid range. I can usually get away with most drugstore foundations darkest shade, but this oxidizes way too orange for anybody of any color to be wearing. I don't think anybody looks orange in real life. So this is definitely a no for me. I don't know how, what undertones the lighter foundations have and how those oxidize. So if you still want to try it, go right ahead. But I personally will not be wearing this anymore, and I would not recommend it. So that was my review for the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. If you want me to review any more foundations, just let me know down in the comments below which ones you want me to review next. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.